What's going on, guys? Matt Olson here. Today's video, I'm going to be going over how I've liked the truck. It's got about 30,000 miles on it, and I've owned it for 2 years now, come June. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of what I like about the truck, kind of what I don't like, as well as kind of go into detail on what I have done to it. I have a few things, few modifications so far, and I figured I'd show you guys what's going on with it. Let's get right into it. So, with the truck now having 30,000 miles on it and owning it for 2 years, it's got quite a few things done to it as well. I'm going to get into it from the front. As you can see, if you haven't gone and seen that video, make sure to go check it out. I installed this TRD Pro grill. This is probably the most recent modification I've done to it, as well as the Baja Designs Pro pod lights. Also, if you haven't seen that video, make sure to go check it out. We did a pretty sick install video, as well as a cool edit. And then that brings us kind of over to the suspension setup I have. I have Toyo Open Country all-terrain 33s. I'm getting ready to get rid of these. As you can see, they've had quite a good amount of wear on them, so they're probably going to need to be replaced here in a little bit. As well as the Method V2 wheels. These are a pretty popular wheel. I think they look really cool. I have been thinking about painting them black. Not 100% sold on that though yet. I think they look good. As well as I have the Icon Stage 3 lift kit. So I actually went into a little bit more detail about that in the Toyota Tundra versus Tacoma comparison. Another thing I got done to it is I just got these blacked out within the last 2 months. I think that's a really cool feature. Makes the car look a lot better, as well as remove the V6 badge on the tailgate. Got that done. So I've kind of gone over all the things I have done to my truck, kind of go over some of the things I've noticed to maybe break on the car, and or some things you may not have known about a Tacoma. So we'll hop into the driver's seat. So we're gonna work our way into the truck. As most of y'all know, I have the TRD 4x4 Sport. So that gets you the 4-wheel drive, the hood scoop up front, and a few other things along that. I went with the single climate control. I didn't feel it was necessary to have dual climate control on my truck, as well as I got the cloth seats and no sunroof. One of the big problems I had when I first bought the truck was the fact that the sunroof cover would hit my head, so therefore I went without the sunroof package. I mean, it would be pretty nice to have a sunroof in the truck, but it's not the biggest deal. I did own a Jeep Wrangler, so I had the top off 24/7, so not a big deal. One of the few things I've had go wrong on this truck was the shifter. For some reason, when I first got it, it was able to move. So I took that back to the factory. It was all under warranty. They just tightened it back up, so not a big deal. But other than that, I haven't really had any problems with it. For 30,000 miles, the only wear and tear I have is on the tires, and then the damage to the front, which I did 2 weeks ago out at Sycamore Creek. But other than that, the only thing I've really had to do with it is keep up on the maintenance. As well, I did have a few problems with the suspension. I have had the shocks blow out twice now on me, and the front right is blown out again, so I gotta go get that fixed. It just needs the new seal kit and revalved. It's kind of a pain, honestly, because I've had the truck for 2 years and I've had to do it now. This is now the third time. Being that I've had to now replace the seals 3 times on a truck that I've owned for now 2 years is probably the most unreliable part of the truck itself. Icon has been super cool. They're very willing because they stand by their kits for sure. I mean, I've loved the kit so far. It's super smooth, and other than the shocks leaking, the only other problem I had was the company that installed it. They forgot to grease the bushings before they put it on, so it made a bunch of squeaking noises. But I took that to SDHQ, shout out to them, and they got that all fixed for me, as well as they do the shocks in-house, and so then you don't have to send it out to, I think Icon's in Texas, and that could take, I'm pretty sure the first time I did it, it took 2 weeks to get it done, because obviously they have shocks coming from everywhere, and they got a bunch of orders to get done. SDHQ, it's all done in-house, and they had me, I dropped the truck off in the morning, and I had the truck that night, so super cool on their part. They're very helpful, and I stand by their stuff for sure. As you can see, I run their pod mount bracket, and that's where I got the pods. So super cool company. I love working with them. And honestly, other than that, I've just been getting oil changes every 5,000 miles. The one thing I do not like on the driver's side, so we'll work our way over there, and I'll kind of go into the problem I'm talking about. Before we head into the driver's seat, another problem I had with my truck, when I first got it, I took it off-roading a little bit, nothing crazy, but what did happen a lot is every time I would go maybe on like a dirt road, somewhere bumpy, that the gas cap would pop open, and I'd be looking like I left my gas cap open. Simple fix though, took it to Toyota, and all it was is they just had to tighten this down, this bolt right here. So instead of it, you know, when you're done off-roading and it's sitting like that, it's a little bit harder to actually open when you're maybe getting gas and other stuff like that. But nonetheless, I was tired of every time being done off-roading that the gas cap cover was just sitting open. So definitely was something I needed to take care of, and as always, Toyota took care of me and they got it fixed for me. So now that I finished talking about the problems, let's go right into the driver's seat and talk to you about the final problem I had with this truck. Now that we're over here, the problem I do have, the biggest problem with the truck is I would consider it normal wear and tear for sure, but the way the seat sits, I know I've talked about this in other videos, is it sits real low, so you kind of sit reclined back. And being tall, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get out. One of the things I try to work on not doing is obviously bumping this, but every time I get out, unfortunately when I'm not paying attention, my foot will scuff the side of this door, simply because every time you get out, it's hard to get your leg out and without bumping it, especially having a big shoe. You kind of hit that, and then it's not really a big problem, but it does leave scuff marks, and these scuff marks don't come off. And so it kind of looks kind of bad, but obviously I'm the one driving it most of the time. So one thing I forgot to mention that I have done to the truck, which I think is a big plus, is I added two 12s to the back. They fit perfectly. They make a lot of custom boxes for the Tacomas itself, newer and older bodies. I ended up going with two shallow 12s. It's an alright sound system. I wanted to try it out. I had two 12s in the Jeep, and I like that. They're a little different than that because they're shallow, so they hit the high notes really well, but they don't hit that deep bass in most songs, unfortunately. So I'm thinking about going to two 10s, simply because it's gonna probably sound a lot better, and it fits better in the back seat. Not that I care how it fits back there as long as it works, but nonetheless. So I'll kind of show you what I have done to it. I have two Rockford Fosgate 12s with a custom box built into it. You do have to take all the plastic pieces out of the car in order for the box to fit, but nonetheless it fits right behind the seat. Doesn't require any drilling or anything like that, just bolts right in, which is super nice, and it does sound good. I'm super impressed with it. Shout out to my guy John. If you need any of the wiring done to your car, he does wraps, wiring, sound system, all that good stuff. He did my pod lights as well as the badges. He wraps stuff like that too. Super cool to work with. Does a really clean job. Definitely recommend him. I'll leave a link to his website in the description below. Make sure to go check him out and let him know I sent you over there. Shout out to Toyota for always taking care of me when I needed anything done to my truck. But as always, guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this video, if you liked it, didn't like it. Also, let me know what you guys want to see. I got tons of stuff I can do here in Arizona. If you want to see more off-roading videos, if you want to see more review videos, let me know what you want to see. I got a bunch more ideas on the way, so I'd appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button, and also drop a like. It helps me out tremendously and helps grow the channel. I want to get this channel going, and I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it down.